Today is the day. We got 99 Chipper Jones. We got live series collections on all No Money Spent for the third year in a row. I've been playing No Money Spent for a few years now. It's actually gotten quicker and quicker as the years have gone down, and I've gotten better at being smart with my subs and things like that. Today, I'm going to talk about what I did to get Chipper Jones so quick. I'm going to use what I learned from this year's game to give you guys some tips to get it done maybe even faster than it took me, and just in general give you some good pointers so you can get collections done in the most efficient ways possible. Let's do it. YouTube, what is going on? We are back with another video here. In case you do not know me, my name is Skane and I upload daily MLB The Show tips to help you all get better. Whether you're a No Money Spent player, whether you are trying to get better at hitting, with hitting tips, maybe some pitching tip, maybe trying to get better ranked or BR, whatever the situation is, there is likely a tip video on the channel for you if you want to get better at MLB The Show. So if you are brand new, hit that subscribe button. It'll help out a ton with my channel, but also in general, I like to help you guys and provide good information to you guys. Second of all, I do stream on Twitch every day at around 1 p.m. If you want to come hang out with us, if you have any questions to ask me there, or in general just want to watch me grind out the game, come check out the Twitch down below. It's a fun time over there, and come hang out with us. But I won't keep you guys any longer. I'm not going to keep plugging. Obviously, I can keep plugging for 10 minutes, but we're just going to talk about Mr. Chipper Jones and the best way to get him. So there are a couple parts to this video. I'm going to clear them up right now. If you guys want to skip right to these parts, I'll have the chapters all set up in the description. First, we're going to talk about what I did to get Chipper Jones, so you guys can see what I did to get to this point, and maybe you want to do the exact same things I did. I'm also going to talk about the general method of building your team and what you should be doing to build your ranked season squad. We're going to talk about what we'll do to make those subs, and finally talk about the order you should be buying players. And I use all that information I learned to help you all get this done more efficiently maybe than even I did. But before we get into all that, we have to talk about a few pointers with getting collections done. These are the most common things that I see people do wrong that'll either cost you more stubs or just in general make this process a lot longer. First of all, don't buy packs for the sake of getting good rewards. They're very random. Chances are it'll give you bad luck. Usually people don't like to buy packs when getting the stuff done just because you're banking on the randomness of diamonds and things like that. Ideally, we want to buy the live series players to collect ourselves by building up subs and things like that, or earn them ourselves in modes like BR and things like that without paying subs for packs. Ideally, you want to earn free packs and say conquest, things like that. That's fine. But buying packs, definitely avoid. 2, when we're buying our players on the marketplace, we'll talk about this a little later, we want to try to put in buy orders whenever possible. Looking at Mike Trout, for example, we should try buying him at 412,000 subs instead of just buying him now at 435,000 subs. It may take some time for the order to go through for you to get him, but this saves 20,000 subs. And you think about all the players, this stuff adds up. It could save you tens of thousands of subs if you are just a little more patient and wait for these orders to go through. Finally, the key thing is we want to use the live series players and collect them. So we use those guys in our team along with other free to earn players, and not the guys like headliners and space pack players that are available only through buying them in a pack or on the market. Those are the players we want to sell because we could use those subs to get other good players in exchange. So I would really recommend not buying players, at least if you're really trying to get collections done quick, just because you could use live series players and do very well still. Now, let's talk about what I did to build the team and how I got Chipper Jones so quickly. I'm a pretty solid player. I want to point that out. I've made World Series. I went 12-0 once. I'm pretty solid at the game. So with this method, if you're good at the game, it'll be a little quicker. However, that doesn't mean it's not going to be quick for you if you're not that great at the game. You can get these rewards very quickly if you follow this method by not going 12-0 and things like that. It was just kind of a shortcut for me. If you're good at the game and you get rewards ASAP, this will be faster for you. If you're someone who's not as good, it is still a very efficient way and the most efficient way to get it. But just keep in mind, if you're not as good at the game, it may take some more time. Very doable still, I promise. First, we're going to talk about what we're going to do to get players for our ranked season squad if you're deciding to play ranked. And just in general, players we want to build our team around. So this is a team right now. And obviously I have Chipper Jones in here, but in general, you will see my team is not filled with anyone, like I said, on the market who you would buy for stubs. These are all players that you either collect already for our live series collection, like Mike Trout. They're players that we can earn for free in offline programs like the monthly rewards like Buxton here, and team affinities, which we also can get for free, like Giancarlo Stanton. And then the other players we are using are the collection rewards, the players we get for collecting those live series players. So guys like Ernie, Poppy, David Ortiz, Steve Finley, Posada, or guys you get for collecting whole teams and divisions of the live series collection. We want to try to use these guys when possible. When you go to our collection screen, this will be most of the players you want to use right here. Try to collect whole teams and get the diamond and gold players you get for collecting those guys. Use the live series players, at least early on in the game they are very good. Even later on in the game they're solid, but there are tons of avenues to earn free players other than these collections. We have our monthly programs, which they come out with once a month, and they give you a ton of really good diamond players. Even if you aren't going for collections right away and you just want to use good players, you should be doing these. I have a video on how to complete the first monthly program, by the way. If you want to check that out, video will be up there. But in general, you collect these, you get a bunch of diamonds you could throw on your team, and a bunch of stubs and other packs you could open and hope to get lucky. And finally, we have our team affinity, which gives you very good players. I have tips on how to complete this without the showdowns. In case you are struggling on showdowns, the video will be up there as well. But in general, you can complete this most efficiently by doing your team affinity showdowns and exchanging the showdown vouchers whenever possible. It'll save you money, save you stubs, and this will give you very good diamond players, which at this point in the game and throughout the entire game will be very good and are free to earn, as well as other packs and stuff like that. You do also have player programs, which they will keep on adding throughout the year, so you could get players for the inning programs and get those done and keep them, like Fred McGriff here, or you can get the daily programs done and get players like Madison Bumgarner when you evolve that silver card and things like that. And if you're looking to fill out the squad, a combination of all these things, the monthlies, team affinities, and player programs will give you very good players, along with those live series players and collection awards, which we need to collect anyway to get Chipper Jones. We do this so we aren't spending extra stubs on players we don't really need. So like buying a headliner player may be like a good player, but you think about how much stubs they cost. We look at AJ Burnett, which is this week's headliner. That's 48,000 subs. That's near the price of a high diamond like Freddie Freeman. Why keep one headliner card like this when you could buy Freddie Freeman, work towards getting the Braves done, and you get Freeman, who's a good card, and the Braves collection, who is also a good card. So it's kind of the best way to use your subs and build a good team. And what I did was I built up the team with all of these collection players, and I hopped into online games once I kind of got a solid team and tried to grind out stubs from doing online play. So once you have a solid team, we can play either ranked seasons, battle royale, or events. I recommend using 2 of them if possible and dedicate most of your time to that and grind out these rewards whenever they come out with new rewards to get the most subs. So I made World Series, which gave me a World Series pack, which was a free 40k. I also got 40 wins, which is another free 40k from selling these rewards. Again, we want to sell them and not keep them so we have subs to buy the live series guys. I also completed the Battle Royale programs when they came out. Got all the way to the end, sold all these silver and gold players, opened these packs, sold the diamond player in this program, it was Clemente for stubs, and got the pack at the end and sold this reward. Like I said, I did go 12-0, and that did give me Acuna and a second BR Flawless pack, which was more subs, but that's the benefit of playing BR. You get a shot to go 12-0 and make all those subs and get good, valuable players, but also you can complete the program, not go 12-0, and still make great subs anyway. And finally, we have our events, which I didn't touch, but if you grind out events and get the rewards as soon as possible, you can make solid subs. They do update events more frequently, but in general, they are kind of not that great. They are cheaper. This is probably the one I would least recommend, but I would recommend if you aren't great at the game, just so you can get these rewards as soon as possible, the free packs, and sell them for subs and things like that. So like I just said, to clarify, try to at least 2 of these modes and try to get these rewards by playing online games and stuff like that and selling for subs. This will give us a good chunk of subs. For me, it was about a large majority of my subs by playing online. My method every year is to just play the game and sell the rewards we are given instead of, say, sitting on a market and flipping players, just because I enjoy playing online games. And, you know, obviously not everyone has all the time in the world to sit in the market. People would rather play the game and earn rewards and sell those for subs than, you know, sit in the market and use that time just flipping cards, which is a good way of making subs. But this is just the more fun way of doing it. It's honestly a really good way. And just choose these modes, grind out these rewards as soon as possible, get them done as soon as you can, and sell anything that you can sell. Try not to keep these players and use these for stubs. Also, another way of making stubs is your inning bosses. So for example, our second inning program here, I got the bosses at a point where they were about 50,000 stubs. So I sold them for like over 50,000. At the early part of the game, these bosses are kind of cheap. They aren't the most wanted, mostly because they aren't even that great. They're good cards if you're looking for like one good player, but again, like we talked about earlier, we want to sell the players we can and use the live series players. So if you can complete the boss program, get it ASAP and sell the rewards, that'll give you a good amount of stubs to use for those live series players. Also, other avenues of making some sort of stubs can come in, say, Conquest. You can complete Conquest map and get some free stubs for completing them, or also free packs around those maps. But this isn't really the most efficient way of getting it, since they are very limited. You can only complete them once. Also, showdowns and such can give you some free packs. You do your tops now moments, you could keep these guys for your monthlies or just sell them for subs. That's pretty solid as well. But in general, you have different avenues of making stubs through online and offline play. Another way to make subs, which I actually did a little bit, is through Road to the Show, or in general, just grinding out a ball player. So if you are someone who doesn't like DD as much and maybe you play Road to the Show most of your time, you actually have a really good avenue of getting subs for Diamond Dynasty. You complete these programs for the archetype perks. You will see at the very back end of the diamond programs that there are diamond perks, diamond equipment, and the equipment can range from 10 to like 50k in stubs. The diamond perks are about 10k each. So if you do this for multiple programs, you could get a lot of subs just by selling all these things. It may take some time, and there are some methods to get them quicker than others, which I did use a little bit, which gave me some subs. But obviously you don't need to do that. You just like Road to the Show and you want to grind out your program, which I do think was kind of fun. Just try to complete these archetype programs, get these rewards, and sell them whenever possible. And that gave me about like maybe a fifth of my stubs at most. Honestly, I got most of my stubs through online play. So to summarize what we'll be doing to make subs, we want to try to use those free to earn players and take them into online play, whether it's ranked or events where we use our own team, or we go into BR and we draft a team and go for a 12-win run. Choose an online mode, give it your time, try to grind out the rewards. This year, this game has been great because you don't need to be good to get all the rewards. Events usually are things that can be completed if you're not too great at the game. It just may take you longer to get them. You get those players and sell them, but now you could do that in BR and ranked. There are programs associated with each of them. So if you get 40 wins in ranked, you get that pack for free, even if you can't make World Series. And you can complete the BR program without going 12-0. You don't need to be too great to get that done either. Just chip at it over time, and all the diamond stuff you get out of that are absolutely worth selling. And just choose a mode or two, grind them online, and sell those rewards. That'll give us a good chunk of stubs. And obviously, since we're using those free to earn players or the live series players we're collecting, we're not spending extra subs on players we don't need. Also, you have offline avenues like Conquest and Showdown where you can get some subs in packs. We have our inning program. We could sell the bosses and the rewards we get in those as well. And that's kind of completed by, you know, doing your Conquest Showdown, but just completing and playing the game. So you don't need to do anything too crazy to get those done. And you could also just do Road to the Show if that is a preference for you and grind out those archetypes. Find some combination of all those things that you either enjoy the most or just works the best with you and your schedule. And I promise you, you will make a majority of your subs. Now that we're making stubs to get collections done though, we need to talk about the order of things. When are we going to buy players? Should we buy certain players sooner than others? Which one should I target first? We're going to talk about my recommendations of when you should be buying your live series players and give you some general tips so you aren't wasting stubs on players that you can get for cheaper. Let's talk about the general trend of the live series players on the market. There are a couple things we want to point out here. In general, over time, any player that is a 90 plus overall in a live series player should go up. The reason this happens is because they are more rare to open. They aren't packed as often as a 85 to 89 diamond. And in general, they are also good players that people want to use. So people will be buying these players actively, and also people may not be selling as much since they're going to be keeping for their team. The high diamonds here are guys you want to target right away. Get them as soon as possible. Mike Trout basically went up 100K over the last couple weeks. Look at his thing here. In 2 weeks, he went up 100,000 subs. So if you had enough subs to afford Trout earlier, you would be able to save yourself out on 100K stubs if you had gotten him right away. Just because he is a 90 plus overall, everyone's trying to buy him for collections or their god squads. And he's in general very hard to be packed. And that's the general pace with your other high diamonds. Ronald Acuna jumped up a ton today. Jacob deGrom has kept on jumping up. All these guys will keep on going up and up in price. So try to buy them, the 90 plus diamonds, as soon as possible if you're able to do so. The low diamonds you could be a little bit more patient on. The general trend for them is that they'll be going down in price over time. Because first of all, they are packed a lot more often. They're being packed enough in standard packs and things like that to the point where enough of them are being sold in comparison to the amount being bought. Obviously now, not as many people are buying them for collections as they were a few weeks back. So these guys should be going cheaper and cheaper gradually over time. Other than your guys who are right at the border of low to high diamond, they should keep going down over time. These guys like Tatis, Arenado, who are right at the border, they're generally cheaper than the other high diamonds, but they can kind of fluctuate based on things, based on how much they're wanted. But everyone else has gone down over time. They're getting cheaper and cheaper, unless you're like Chapman here who got an upgrade, which we'll talk about here in a sec. Most of these low diamonds getting cheaper over time. And then obviously another thing you want to worry about is how the player is playing in real life. They do roster updates every 2 weeks. Players who are diamond can go down to gold. Players who are gold can go up to diamond. Things like that. And when they go up or down a tier, that'll change their price. For example, James Karinchak. He was a gold. You were able to buy him earlier this year for just about 1,000 or so subs. Since he's pitching really good in real life, he got that bump upgrade. And just in general, as you see recently, he had gone up and up in price. He's playing better because people banked on him going diamond and tried to invest with them. You could use this to make subs. You could buy a player early on that you know is doing great in real life, wait for him to get an upgrade in the game to another tier, make good subs off it. But in general, if you want to get collections done, you want to try to buy players who are doing good in real life as soon as possible for that cheaper price, so you don't have to bank on them going up a tier from say gold to diamond and have to buy them at a more expensive price. The reverse side of it is players who are struggling in real life. For example, Francisco Lindor was a diamond to start off to you. If you've been watching the real MLB, you know he's been struggling the last few weeks. Last week he's been doing pretty solid, but in general he had a rough start to the year. So they bumped him down to gold. You look at his price start of the year, he was 57K. And obviously we didn't know how he was doing day one. But over the first couple weeks, his price going down and down like that general trend of low diamonds. But in general, once he go down and really start to struggle and get risked of going down from diamond to gold, they'll definitely become cheaper and cheaper. And especially if they drop down from say diamond to gold, gold to silver, then they will drop below that price threshold. So the minimum diamond price is 5,000. Lindor dropped below the 5,000 point once he went gold, and should kind of keep going down unless he really proves he gets an upgrade again. So if you know there are players who are good in the game, but have been kind of bad in real life, wait to buy them if you can. Wait for their prices to go down if you're not in a rush. It takes a couple weeks for updates to go down, but you will see that over time, these prices will change in this manner. So ideally, you want to try to buy all of our players when they're cheapest. And you combine all these things, you should be able to save out on some stubs. Final thing while we're talking about buying players, make sure you are putting in buy orders like I mentioned. Try not to buy at the buy now price whenever possible, just so you save subs. There are bronze and silver and common players who get added in the game and roster updates who are a lot more rare to find. So while you are doing collections, you will notice there are some players here like Shogo Akiyama, who just got added to the game last roster update. There aren't that many of him packed and people trying to get collections done. So they're paying a lot of subs for him. 2,500 subs for a bronze. Only thing you can do in this kind of thing, put in a buy order at that price. There may be a little bit of a line of people to go through, but there will be enough of them being packed to eventually get to you. Just be patient, wait your time, and you will eventually get a hold of him if you just are patient enough. And that in general is my method. That is what I do and what I suggest you guys do to get Chipper Jones. I mean, to quickly summarize all of the points that we made today. First, we want to build our team with the free to earn players like Team Affinity, monthly awards, players that we are earning for free offline, but also players like our live series players and our collection awards, which we get from buying them on the market and collecting for Chipper Jones. We could use those players that we earn instead of buying the headliners and other players available only through buying them. Now, once we have our team, we could take them into online play whenever you're really comfortable. Choose either one or two of events or ranked seasons or events. Use a couple of those modes, grind out their corresponding programs, get those rewards, and sell them for subs. The sooner you get them after they release, the more subs you'll get. So try to choose one or two of them and grind them as much as possible. Have fun playing the game, and over time you'll get these rewards. If you're good at the game and get them quicker, you will make more stubs. Or if you go 12-0 or 12 win runs an event, you will get more diamonds, which again will help you build up a team. And it's a lot more doable to get those 12 win runs than people expect. Also, we want to sell the players like our bosses, our other rewards that we can get through online and offline play for stubs. Now, once we are spending these subs to buy players, we want to try to buy them in the right order. Buy your high diamonds as soon as possible. Your lower diamonds who are below 90 overall, you wait a little longer on them depending on who it is. And try to buy or wait to buy guys based on how you feel they're playing in real life. If you keep track of the MLB and you want to take it to that even next level. Follow all these things, and I promise you, if you keep playing MLB Show 21, you will get a hold of these collection rewards. No money spent, without crazy pack luck, anything like that. You can just get these guys by playing the game. I have not packed a single high diamond. My best pack this year was Juan Soto when he was going for 50K. So this just shows that you can buy players that you want, earn them through the game, and it is very doable. It may take some more or less time depending on each person, but it's just the way to grind the Chipper Jones collection over time. If you have any questions, comment it down below. I'll try my best to answer them. Also, if you have any other questions, like I said before, come by the Twitch stream where I will be grinding MLB The Show basically every day like we have been. And that'll be it for this. If you guys learned something new, make sure you hit that thumbs up. It helps get the video out there. Maybe send to a friend who is trying to get collections on themselves. And follow all these tips. Enjoy Chipper Jones when you get them. Deuces.